Here it is, Freddie Jr. I've accomplished quite a bit today. I did the yard this morning. The yard looks nice. Watered the grass. It's been like droughty like here. Things look a little scary at this time every year, so trying to bring things back to life. Gonna finish this pot of gold that I've got going on over here. I have another potter that I have towards the front of the house, and it's like a little bit taller than this one. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I should go ahead and repaint that too. So stay tuned for that. But hang out with me, vibe with me. Please chat, like, and subscribe. Be a good human always and of age. Okay, thanks. And Mod Podge this with me. I was getting a little carried away. I was like, should I do another coat? And then I'm like, it's gonna sit outside and get rained on and storms and natural events. Hopefully all good things and not storms, but you know, not to go overboard. It really got a revamp since this was like blue with spray paint. So I'm excited. I have some soil I'm gonna put in it and then move this puppy outside. It's gonna be great. I'll be in and out the chat as I do this. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna go overboard. Just put the seal coat on this guy. Mod Podge is life. I will say there's a bunch of different Mod Podges out there, and it doesn't always matter. It does matter if you're looking for like glossy or there's like certain slight differences. Just depends on what you're wanting the texture to look like. But a lot of it's just the same. No offense, Mod Podge. Alright, let's do that. But I'm excited. I love Mod Podge. It literally just makes everything even better. I really was considering glitter because I love glitter, but I'm like, nah. I'm reminding myself, don't go overboard. You already revamped it up. But stay tuned for the next painting projects. I'm gonna finish up these endless porch projects over here. Now that the weather is not so bad, but it is starting to get warm already, so I'm like, if I don't do these now, I'll be like needing a fan like I did last year out here. Decided to wear my Dare shirt, you know. I was like, I don't want to get paint on the shirt that I'm wearing, so I was like, let me just put on my Dare shirt. Because if I get a little paint on the Dare shirt, it's like, you know, jazzing it up. Hopefully not, but let's use some of that. Ooh. I was excited to get the yard done. Sounds lame, but you know, your surroundings should always like feel good energy, no matter where you are, to make it feel more homey. My pup's like snuggling with my slipper. Yeah, wherever you are, just you gotta just like bring in the positive energy. I know sometimes maybe people aren't like super clean freaks, whatever, but I do think clean environments are like, you know, you have places, like my office is always crazy, but I do think that it is very, very important to have a good flow of energy throughout your home. Because your space is like kind of how your mind is too. This is gonna look crazy for a second, but it's gonna be like magic. I don't know what color I'm going to paint the other pot. It's going to be different though, since they're not going to be anywhere near each other. Maybe gold. I don't know. I may have to buy some more. I may have enough. I don't want to start it and not have enough. There's like a random plant in there right now. I've been thinking about what to grow in these things because maybe like a flower bush. But whatever you grow, you have to remember that sometimes it produces seeds and seeds drop. Unless you're like maintaining these things. And even then, seeds still drop and you could grow things all over the place that you just may have wanted in a pot. As I tell myself to be mindful of that when I get gardening crazy and I'm like, grow it all. I'm actually less like that now. I'm like, in the beginning, I was like, yeah, but I realized some stuff spreads and takes over, like mint. I had some great mint growing, and then it was like taking over, and I was like, and then I still had like a little like plant of it left in its own pot. But it ended up, you know. Mosh Podge is always a little like right now it looks like scary. I remember the first time I ever used it, I had seen a couple friends use Mosh Podges like forever ago, like 1912. I had seen a couple friends do projects and I'm like, it looks just so shiny, like how did you do it? Like the colors are like popping. And they were like, Mosh Podge, Mosh Podge. And then Mod Podge changed my life, but it was definitely like every time you put it on, you're like, is it gonna ruin my project? Not the paint's not dry, which this has been dried for days. I put another coat on it last weekend, but this is dry. But if it's not, you can make a mess. Alright. I have a little section where I feed my ducks. And there's a potter there, but it's been cracked for a while and I just like don't want to get rid of it because I've had it for so long. And it's been through a lot. I've like repainted that too before and saved it, glued it. Now I think it's like almost its time. Sad, but I'm thinking about putting that where that is. Putting this where that is. So they have like a little shield when they eat too from the other side. So they don't feel like they're gonna get snuck up on. But I have no idea. It'd be really cool to grow a bunch of sunflowers in it. But the thing with sunflowers is like, I grew a bunch a few years ago. It was so cool. I'd never like, in all my birding, feeding, like I'd never grown them. And I grew a bunch last year. And then I bought like a mixed bag of seeds and it had sunflowers in it. But I could just like get it from my bird seed. But I was able to get seeds from it. So I replanted a couple weeks ago from those seeds. I was like, oh yeah, let me replant those. But when they grow, it's like most flowers, which is kind of sad. I do want like, I think it's annual, the name for it, where they keep growing. Some will drop the seeds once again, but they grow and then they go, and it's sad to see them like that, but you can't get seeds from it, so it's like a bittersweet thing. And they're really pretty when they grow. But it would be cool to have a bunch of it, but I'm thinking like something that's just gonna like not drop seeds and grow like a little, like, I have no idea. It'd be cool to have dragon fruit in here, but I don't know if that will grow. Well, maybe it will. Like, I could put some stakes in it so it can grow like a vine. Alright, need some more bocce. Either way, I'm excited about this thing. We'll see what the Mod Podge of one coat looks like. I may do 2 coats, but once again, I'm not trying to go overboard. It's going to be outside. It's not like a showing piece of my house. It kind of is, but it still looks way better than before. Check out my other live from last Friday, last Friday, to see the before, because I did not get before pictures. I'm so notorious at not doing that. I think of it after or during the process. It's a blast. Okay. Let me use the rest that I have going on over here. Hit the top again. Let it dry. Oh, I forgot I got some black on there, but it'll be fine. Okay. Wait. This back on. Okay. Maybe use this, because that looks like a mess. Alright, let that dry, which won't take long, but let it dry. And move on to one of these other few projects I have up here. And get off the floor. All right. Clean my paintbrushes, which you should always do. And I feel like most people that paint will say that they don't. There are probably people that really do, but I try to have gotten way better at like at least actively letting them sit in water. But I have some work to do. Okay. So last time I gave this duck a new life. It's looking better. But I was thinking about like a quote on there. I may be doing too much. That's like something I'm working on. Am I doing too much? You know? Like right now, am I doing too much? It's like, is anyone even here? No. I'm gonna get some water, drink a sip of coffee, and I'll return. Oh my gosh, yesterday was Earth Day. Hey. I didn't realize yesterday was Earth Day. Maybe there's like Earth Day stuff going on this weekend. That'd be cool. I don't know if my Dare shirt is like Earth Day. I cleaned up my yard today. I used to love Earth Day in school. Like they used to do like sidewalk chalk art for Earth Day, and that was really cool. Some of the people were just so creative. It was insane. All of them were creative, but it was insane. I honestly have my little chalk art angel wings in the kitchen, and they are like somewhat inspired because of that. I used to love chalk art. I used to like really love the idea of like getting in there with some chalk, like, and it sheds or shreds pretty much. It's like cheese but chalk, and it just like is like satisfying. But at the same time, it's like you're like wasting chalk. Like that's I have a problem with like not wanting to waste stuff. I'm still actively working on it as a human, but yeah. Anyways, I'm like, maybe there's some Earth Day stuff going on this weekend. There used to be like little events. I'm sure everyone's school had that growing up, but there used to be like little events for Earth Day, like different stuff. Not only this like sidewalk chalk stuff. And when it rained, it would like go away. I've actually considered. I repainted my side patio a couple weeks ago, and I was considering doing some chalk art because then it would be like a detachment type of thing. Like you create it, you appreciate it, and then if it washes away, you just appreciate what it was or create new art, you know? And I think it'll be like a good, I don't know, I don't want to say coaching lesson, but a good spiritual guidance lesson for myself. So maybe stay tuned. Maybe I'll live. Maybe I won't. I have no idea. But I've been feeling to do that because I'm like, okay, that could be like you make it and it goes. But I have a big piece of sidewalk and then like where patio furniture would be. And then there's the sidewalk strip for anyone that hasn't seen it. But I was considering having like the square part. I'm so great at explaining things. Making it into like some kind of like wheel, like kind of reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune on not the game, but it on tarot card deck. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do something like that. Don't hold me to it. Maybe it's an idea out there, but I'm thinking that or like a third eye or like something really cool where I can just make it super colorful but not all over the place. But we'll see how I'm feeling. Kind of just like rolling with the flow and stuff because I really put emphasis on a lot of things at times and I don't want to discourage myself. So I need to really start writing my stuff down again though. I was really good at doing that once upon a time, and then writing stuff down became like a chore and it shouldn't be, but ideas flow in and it's so important for us to keep like really like grounding ideas because it really makes us like develop, I don't know, connection with like who we are, but also like seeing things happen, you know, because I think it is important for our souls to feel like rewarded for whatever we're doing. Looking for like an outcome that's satisfying. All right. I am really working through my projects. I'm proud. As I look around, I'm like, there's so many to do, but it's fine. I've been in the office a lot this week, so I was like, I need some like nature time. Is it done? No. Oh, snap. Alright. Bring this over here. There was a little ladybug that I had on this pot art for a zillion years, it feels like. And I'm like, she could use some revamping too. I thought she looked like, I don't want to say a goner ever for any ladybugs, but she's seen better days. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give her a paint job and maybe it'll work out. And if it doesn't, we'll go from there. But we're not going to think that way. And since they're both kind of red, we'll just, I forgot what Fraggle said. Oh, get two birds with one scone. That's the one. Oh. I need a smaller brush. I'm gonna roll with it though. I'm starting to see some of my flowers grow out there. Some spots look a little scary because they don't have like much going on. I've like manifested a little garden section. Oh, a like literal flower garden section in front of my patio. And I almost got there last year. And then everything was just done. And then the freeze just killed off anything that could have had a chance. Well, there's a couple things still left, but... Is this a goner? This looks a little scary. This looks scary. But I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna let you dry. And then move on to the roses. This is almost done though, so I need to take this back to my friend's tree. This got a whole new life. Got a second chance. I was like, what is that? My bamboo's growing back too. During the freeze, literally almost all the bamboo done. It was pretty sad. It looked like super naked by the window. And I love it because I feed on the bird stand over there. And it gives them like shelter and like seems like a cozy chill place for them. A blue jay just came. Oh, two of them. Oh, I have to go see. It's feeding it. It was like a mom or a parent blue jay. I was reading though that you can't really, I mean, I guess like when the more you like study with birds, some of them are very obvious, the male and females with all species, and then some of them are not. Like with blue jays, it's like sometimes the boys will be slightly bigger than the females, but they look the same. I actually thought for the mockingbirds for a while, so I feel like one of my I have a mockingbird visitor like every day. They follow us around the neighborhood, or she follows us around the neighborhood when we're walking in the morning, afternoon. It's interesting. Always a visitor though. I love it. I think it's like one of my angels visiting, and I didn't know for a while. I had wondered about mockingbirds. I like to learn things. I know you can just like Google them, but I like to like find out through like finding out, you know, without having to like do research. I do research things, but in general, I like to like learn through the animals how they act and stuff, and like different personality wise, and maybe coloration, just depends, and without having to like look everything up. But we are in 2026, so I'm not saying I don't look things up. But with mockingbirds, I didn't realize that the gray ones are the females, and then the brown thrasher, they can mate together. They look different though, so I had wondered if my little visitor was a female, and she is. I saw her like protecting the duck's nest a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that's so sweet of you. I'm like, even though you may just have like vengeance against the raven and crows, you're like actually helping the duck out too. Nature's a cool place. I heal so much through nature, and animals tell you so much. It's like stop and smell the roses, but also stop and listen to the animals. They tell us a lot. I knew there was a bad storm coming a couple years ago because there wasn't a bird in sight. I'm talking about like nowhere in sight, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. I've seen worse, but it was crazy. And then the birds came back like after it. You could tell like the storm was like over because the birds came back. But it was very telling for me. Okay. Our pot's looking good down there. It needs to dry a little bit more, but the goal is to hopefully get it outside today and start really reaping the pot of gold, you know? Oh. Yahtzee. Dang it. Alright. So I have to touch that back up. Excuse me. I really love Bob Ross. And he says, you know, happy trees, happy accidents. But sometimes I'm like, is that, or is that just a fuck up, you know? Try to embrace it. This really has come a long way too. It doesn't even look the same. It looks so pretty. Not to be like I did so great, but I don't know what color I'm gonna do the welcome. I don't know. Oops. Okay. It's looking cute. I still don't know. It'll come to me. I don't know when, or what I'm gonna color that welcome sign. Or the welcome part. I'm gonna paint this thing red. Maybe black. I'm gonna do black. Okay. Stop a little red. Go back over the roses maybe one more time. Or this ladybug. Never can have too many ladybugs. Okay. I'm like, I should just do the roses again since it's gonna be outside. What I need to be doing is putting my ladybug rocks out in my garden since my strawberries are taking off. I got 2 really cute strawberries. Oh, that reminds me. 2 really cute strawberries from my garden. Check it out. Let's see. Waiting. Adorable. Look at them. They're just so cute. Literally, they were so good. I felt proud of myself. They're just so cute. So are they. Look. Two peas in a pod. Okay. I'm done. Okay. I have used all the red. Okay. I hope that's the right green. That does not look like the right green. Oh, shit. It's this one. Oh, that would have been a mess. Yeah, it's this one. Oh, that would have been crazy. Yeah, it's this one. The other ones would have been like super duper bright. It would have been a whole change again. Almost a happy accident or an F up. I mean, one of those greens wouldn't have looked too bad, but it's gonna be outside, so darker probably the better. I need to use a smaller brush, so I don't have to do the red again. Try to get as much as I can with this one. Okay, I'm pushing it. Let me get a small brush. It looks crazy. What up? Happy Friday, Junior. How's your week treating you, Tom? You have fun at the shooting range? Did you use your laser? What? Like what? Friday Junior? Or your laser? You got any plans for the weekend? I'm like shaky. I don't want to paint red again. Yeah, to test more ammo. Checking on fam. What do I plan for the weekend? Apparently it's yesterday was Earth Day, which I'm sad that I just like forgot about that because I do love Earth Day. So I feel like Earth Day is like a week long. So I'm gonna try to see if there's some Earth Day weekend stuff going on. Take the pups for a stroll out in the park. I kind of want to go like fishing before like all the summer kids are out and stuff. But I don't know if that's this weekend. I'm just gonna go with the flow. But I do want to do something nature-y. And celebrate the earth, you know? It does a lot for us and we're ungrateful. Hopefully everything's okay with the fam. You're just going to see him. This shit sounds like it's gonna blow up. When I'm out here, it's so funny to listen to some cars. Like, you could tell some of them are really nice. It's like a little strip over there, though. Like, so there are races on that side. And you can hear it all different times of day and night. With some people's cars, are so bad. And I'm like, why would you even try to race that? Some of them may not even be racing. You just sounds like shit. But I'm pretty sure most of them are trying to look cool. And they're really just killing their car. When I drove my 300ZX, literally everyone under the stars, moon, galaxy tried to race me in it. And there would be sometimes I like, you know, do little drift races and stuff, but I really just treated it like a baby because it was an antique, quite literally. But it is always fun to me to beat a man or a woman driving on the street, or not, because it's not, you know, legal, just to have just, you know, on a track or something. Have a blessed day. Thanks for stopping in. You're the MVP of the chat. For real. Have a blessed day. See you later, alligator. There was a thing that I saved on Pinterest. It was like a bunch of things like that. Like, see you later, alligator. And then, I don't know. I have to look it up. Actually, it was pretty fun. Let me see. If I think I saved it. It was actually pretty cute. Okay, so see you later, alligator. And this is after a while, crocodile. We know that one, right? I just said it like 12 times. Gotta go, buffalo. So that would have been the one that Tom could have used just now, you know? Gotta go, buffalo. I guess they're all like goodbye, maybe. Be sweet, parakeet. I guess that's not goodbye. See you soon, raccoon. I want to start actively saying a few of these. Get in line, porcupine. Time to scoot, little newt. Give a hug, ladybug is cute, obviously. Very suiting. Alright, this is almost done. I still have some green left. Per usual, try to use it up with something else. Almost got the wrong green. I forgot there's leaves on the back. Okay. Got a little green left. This looks so good. As most people know that come to this channel, we don't do welcome signs around here. But I think I'll look good at my friend's tree again. It's like a whole new life. You know, people's like memorial, like sites, celebration of light sections, whatever. I don't like to say like graveyard, like it sounds sad. You know, it looks a little scary when things like weather takes over, you know, or years go by and things don't get cleaned at these like spots, you know. So I really did a revamp this year and went and cleaned a bunch of stuff, pulled a bunch of stuff, mulched it, planted new stuff, like definitely a revamp. And it kind of just set a tone for how I want to like do my year on like my life, my home, everything. And it feels good to just like bring things back with like purpose. Some things like this, materialistic-ish things, can't be brought back all the time, but sometimes things can be like salvaged and brought back. And it feels good. Like this feels so good to bring back. And it was like a little scary. It was actually like buried under like a bunch of fern. So I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know this thing still existed. And it looked way different before. I'm pretty sure it was yellow flowers before. But I'm excited for it. New beginnings. It's like had a ball start rolling for me with it. Because that always makes me like sad when like memorial sites, so to speak, look like no one visits or cleans. And sometimes people don't. And I expect, you know, like nobody, it's a sad place to go visit someone's like spot, you know. It brings back a lot of feelings, and us humans, we push feelings away. But it doesn't have to be that. There was a thing that I was working on last week. It's like a quote that talks about like don't weep at my grave site or graveyard because I'm not there. I'm the wind. I'm everything that's not like where people say we're at when we're done, you know. Because I feel like life continues. But I do like spots like my friend's tree. I really like to have it look good because I feel like he deserves that, but he's not the tree. I mean, it's like a weird concept. Some people go above and beyond though and like make their spots look so pretty because they are like forever grieving and mourning. And I definitely miss my friend, my best guy friend, like with everything. But I know he's always on this life adventure with me, so I try not to view it as he lives there and doesn't move. Like, I definitely don't believe life works that way. Each is their own. But it is like a spot for all, you know, that gain their angel wings to be remembered. And some people aren't fortunate enough to have spots either. So how do you like keep their energy going? And if you believe in like spiritual things, then you know it always continues through other things. Nature, animals, wildlife, water, many things, music. But when you do have that spot, it's like you'll visit and revamp it up, bring things, you know, as thank yous. So I feel like every time I visit my friend's tree, I bring something. And lately I've been trying to bring my rocks that I paint. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna put this here, add to this collection. I don't know if I'm gonna do rocks every single time because it may take over in rocks, but it may not be a bad concept, so we'll see. But one of my lives, I repainted the mushroom, and I brought the mushroom back, and the mushroom's like 13 years old. It's wild. Got a whole redo. Looks great. Okay, so that's done there. I have these greens that I did not use. Why don't we just help this guy out? This is like project table. Pull random projects out of a hat. Were you expecting to know? He really just got involved, no offense. He may have gotten a redo eventually, but... So I have all this green over here. Trying to color match. Oh, there's another one. This was, in another spot. But I cleaned off this table recently, so I thought it would look cute out here. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring it out there. I honestly think I'm gonna put this in my little rock section that I painted outside, or did outside. Gather. I'm gonna make like a little fairy section, I think. And this is perfect, because this is fairies welcome. Someone tell Wolfie, because fairies are always welcomed. And if you don't welcome them, they will just visit you and let you know that they are welcomed. Okay, it looks cute. It makes the flower pop, but obviously I'm going to repaint that at some point. Oh. And I have this other green I'm going to use to paint his hats. Kind of want it to be a limer green, but anything he has an extra coat, work around it later. The crows are out. Oh, I have these little birds in the yard. I could repaint those. I could put those in my little rock fairy section. A fairy house sounded cool for for 2 seconds. 2 ideas. Yeah, I'm like thinking of 2 ideas at once. But fairy house sounded cool for like 2 seconds, and so I was like, ooh, I don't want any non-fairy creatures in there, you know? So that's a no. Oh, it looks good. It's like popping. Alright, there's still some green left. What can I do? I think most of my projects are not containing green. I have the fairies welcome outside of a little birdhouse that I have on the table. It's like a general store birdhouse. Okay, I still have some green. This happened last time. And I started some green rocks. So maybe just add another coat. Start my layer. Definitely not the same green. That's kind of the green I wanted. Not a huge difference on live, I guess, but that I wanted for the little gnome hat. So maybe eventually get around to that. But for now. This is giving me like turtle vibes. Alright, get a coat on both sides. And then go back and touch up that green real quick since they're pretty much the same. Oh, fun. Well, I'm glad I didn't go above and beyond back here this morning. They're like literally on the other side, which is like another complex or another subdivision. Well, they didn't even cut back here entirely. It literally came here and went around. This is the same little dude that I saw peeing back here or last week. I was like, what the fuck? Never a dull moment. I'm like, I should never see that. Ever. I still have some green. A little bit more. Maybe he saw me. Probably not. I think they have a grain cell that's like maybe one with all of them put together. That's done. Take the pup soon. I'm gonna do this welcome. I don't want white, it's gonna be outside. Maybe yellow. I like the yellow more than I thought I would. The smell of fresh cut grass, even though I literally cut the grass this morning, so I've already been smelling that. What smells like natural, although we shouldn't let things be overgrown, you know, especially in like certain places. But I do think that we need places that naturally grow in the world where we're not just like taking away from the bees and the pollinators, and like it's okay to have like some stuff grow. When it dries up out here, the lake goes back, so a lot of the water's gone right now. It kind of looks sad. It's like Land Before Time, like energy going on back here. It looks a little dinosaur-y. So things start to grow like crazy. Okay, so I still have a little bit of yellow. Maybe I'll do this fairy welcome sign. This needs a couple coats. I keep looking to see how the pot's looking. The Mod Podge looks like it's almost dry, but there's a couple spots that don't look as dry. So I'm going to check on that too. Okay, that definitely needs another coat, but looking good. I don't think he needs any yellow, so we're gonna sit that one out. Maybe add a little bit more to butterfly. The butterfly has some little fine details in there, so I think I'm gonna like paint the spots, but don't overdo it. I'm always so like, gotta use all the paint that you poured. Good rule to have, you can always pour more. When you pour too much, you wait for layers to dry, but then the paint starts to dry. Or you find other things to keep filling it in, like me. I'm like looking around, I'm like, any more yellow? I don't think I have anything. Like waiting maybe for this fairy. Yeah, it still needs to dry. I don't have that much left, so just filling it up. Using it up and touching up the rest. One more coat on this though would be like brand new. Okay. Perfect. Now, I have a zillion other projects to keep painting, but I'm gonna let these dry. These new little projects, but put them out here for that. I still want to do this. I'm gonna go wash my brushes. Oh, good. I'm digging it. I think it needs like maybe one more thing of gold on the outside. It will need some Mosh Podge too. I'll check on this over here. And then take my brushes out and clean them. It's literally me. He's real good at spotting people hiding in the bushes over there, though, because they like to do that shit. I think I'm gonna actually put one more thing of black on here and then not Mosh Podge it. The Mosh Podge turned out okay. There's a couple spots that like are not annoying, but if I leave it like that, it'll look even weirder. brushes. Derby. I was responsible and cleaned out my brushes. They're still a hot mess, but better. Right. I'm gonna have lunch. No one's here. Anyways. Gonna have lunch. Take dogs out. Finish up some other project chores that I have around here because it's never ending. So stay tuned for the next live. And I was trying to say, oh, yeah, fudge, I forgot. Take a picture while I was out there. I have the strawberries. Look. Tons and tons of strawberries. No flowers. This. But I picked two. I have two more to pick. Several more. But I need a photo. Okay. Okay. I'm back live. I'm gonna fuck on. Like literally in fuck on. Like literally in my nose. And some onions. Look it. Plug it before something else does. Oh my gosh, I'm ripping it. Plug it. Plug it. Look at us, it's so cute. Look at the other ones going. It's gonna be great. Okay. That's it. That's it for now, but I'm grateful. Last year I didn't even make it to them because something would always eat them. This guy's like watching me. He like had a stare down when he washing the brushes and I like stared back at him like, do you need something? I'm like, you're lucky I told the dogs to leave it. And I'm like, he may very well think that I'm a pretty gardening lady, but that's a no. Or he could be nervous that I saw him pissing in the yard last week. Oh, I'm so proud of my strawberries. The other two are bigger. One of them is a really good size, but one of them is like teeny weeny. I need to put those in a bowl and wash them thoroughly. I could put them in my smoothie. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna charge the potato. See you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. Come out with some new ones, you know? And have lunch. Okay, bye.